future paradoxes are really overshadowed by past paradoxes. You must agree. Let's just say that Pokemon with dinosaur and prehistoric details are much more interesting than literal robot version of the original Pokemon. So why not rework the whole concept of the future paradoxes? Yeah, today I'll not only redesign the most hated future paradoxes, but also propose 3 different ways a future paradoxes could be. Utilitarianism. This one, I'll keep the robot aspect, but instead the Pokemon will be something that could be used with features like toys, machines, etc. Something similar to Iron Bundle that has some toy features like jumping head and snowboard feet and the cannon. Let's just address the elephant in the room. Iron Jugulis is by far the most hated paradox, and I guess just looked too pathetic in a Hydreigon downgrade. I'm a huge Hydreigon fan, so I can agree. And of course, the missed opportunity they had to make Hydreigon a tank, as it was planned to be. So that's what I did. I've tried to think these Iron Jugulis were designed as a weapon. Like, what it could be used for, and which kind of features it could have. So, I've put them ahead as a cannon, some massive tank-like wheels, since Hydreigon belly lines reminds me as threads in the articulated tail. Still put the wings as the articulable and foldable wings, which I think is a very cool concept, even though I have some trouble making it, as well as the other 2 heads. Like, always not working as side cannons, though, so I didn't want to fight a losing battle. And moving on to something easier for my mediocre skills, missiles. Yeah, those heads could be shooting projectiles. And after all, meet these Iron Jugulis. I decided to keep the name referencing the neck vein since the cannon is to the neck. But I guess fine type doesn't make sense anymore, right? I guess Dark Steel would fit much better. Maybe Dragon instead to keep it dark to show how dread a weapon is. Following the annoying Paradox shiny pattern, I've made it chromed. A teamwork sometimes, but honestly, it could be something else. When I would stop just with this. While I was designing this one, I got an idea to make an Iron Jugulis in a total different way. This time, it will be another weapon. An airplane. Yeah, I made inspired by those 5 airplanes, but all the models, with the hair turning into propellers on the spinner, you know, the airplane beak. So I can imagine that this could spin. Also, the 3 wings are now fused together, and the legs became smaller wings that some airplanes have. Sing about the tail. Oh, and the other heads are now just jet engines, or bombs if you think in a more sinister way. And just to make, I put some wheels to substitute Hydreigon belly lines. And here is our newest Iron Jugulis. This time Dark Flying type since it matches much more now, right? As I said before about the wheels, I adapted those metal things that Future Paradox have into it, since the lines remind me so. I bet it could be much faster now, and the eye visual could be something like the airplane cabin, you know? And to be honest, I'm not into the mechanical and combat things, so I might say something wrong. The shiny is the semi-boring chrome, so what do you think? Which is the best Iron Jugulis in your opinion? Let me know in the comments, please. But now, let me explain this utilitarianism concept to create new paradoxes too, using this concept. Why not? My first idea was Combi. As I said, I love a bundle toy vibe, so I decided to make a Combi toy too, since I didn't see anyone doing this before. My idea was to make a winder toy, you know, those you spin the winder key to make the toy walk, like those clocks. Since the 3 heads weren't working, I've made just 1 head, changing the string tail into the crank. Do spin, and with me move the wings and little feet I've made. And I've put some antenna just to be cute and more childish. That's our Iron Bumble. It matches with Bumblebee and referencing the tangle way those toy walks. And yeah, it won't fly so much anymore, so Buggy Fairy type for it. And I can imagine the animation could be the crank, wings, and feet moving that silly way that those wind-up toys do. It could be cute, but I have no skills or time to make it happen. So, you have your imagination fly. Hehe. And since future paradoxes are smaller than the original ones, it could be the same size as regular toys probably. And yeah, the shiny has a chrome too, which in this case fits fine. And the next idea I had for it was to make a robot that collects trash, like a Wall-E. And thankfully, a YouTube member see the rubbish suggestion in a members-only chat in my Discord. And hoo-hoo! It would work. A big special thanks to the mythical members Ty Bunny, Prowl, and Christopher Takino. And special thanks for all the members so far. That said, let's cook this rubbish Wall-E. And then it's pretty much simple to be fair. I plan to make a trash can. You know, those rubbish bin with wheels. The trash can only do it up below its visual, and yeah, it has a semi-wally wheels too. And note the middle visual, where the recycling process works, and I'll explain it better later. For now, see the iron collector, or iron recycle, iron bin, iron salvage, I don't know how to call it. It will be of course poison steel type. Oh, and let's explain how it works. Since some future Paradox Dex entries described an alternative future where this Pokemon live, in this one it will be like a giant dumpster, but Iron Trubbish can help. It eats trash. Then it gears an engine will shredder the trash and recompose it into something else that you can see by opening the bin lid. And ta-da! Sweet, right? The shiny is basic chrome. Let's save this alternative future idea for later, because now you'll see the second way to rework the future Paradox. Biomechanical. I've been thinking, what if instead of robots, the Paradox were organic creatures with metal armor and features? Something similar that we see in Akira, Godzilla, and even Digimon. Please don't kill me. And start with the one I'm so proud that people don't like, Iron Treads. I really think Iron Tread design is very cool. Things have changed a lot. Looks like a little buggy robot. He has a cute face. It's taking me by surprise. Still, for my Iron Treads redesign are better saying. My Dolphin biomechanical version, I'm thinking to make inspired by the ancient psychic tending war elephant. Yeah, I love Adventure Time. Not only I decided to keep Iron Tread features, make it more like a biological weapon, with psychic trunks, which can levitate and shoot psychic auras, and the treads became like blocks that can be pressed like buttons. I don't know, I just made a mix between Iron Treads and Dolphin. And behold, this is the final design. And for the name, I think I should call it Neo Treads, a prefix Neo to show it's an improved mecha version, which I think sounds good. The type, of course, would be Grind Psychic, and could still have the Quark Drive. In this expansion, the bio part is everything but the trunk tread, which are the mecha part. I think it could make it more obvious with more metallic painting, but honestly, making my old style on the previous design instead of my new one was something that got me tired to do my best. So, my bad. And the shiny is orange, similar to the original one. What do you think? Wesley is back. Hydrated. I didn't want to waste the opportunity to make inspired by Mecha King Ghidorah. Not gonna lie, I was very excited to make it. As a Godzilla fan, I decided to make something like Hydreigon wearing metal parts, maybe swapping the fake heads to Juggly's metal head to reference Mecha Ghidorah, but I've still made the wings organic, but has some metal features to connecting them, as well as built or something, to become bipedal instead of flying, just to keep the kaiju shape. The tail will be fake, and the hair will become sharp edges. In meat are Neo Jugglies. This time, I guess Dragon Steel can fit much more than everything else. And note how the shading of the fur is different from the metal parts. Just to be clear which parts are metal ones, and the shine is finally like the original, replacing the annoying chrome. Finally! So, is that approved? I didn't have much time and motivation to keep it doing this, since I'm not a big fan of mechas, but now we are going to get back to the alternative dystopic futures. Speculative evolution. Yes, my favorite one. For those who don't know, speculative evolution is an artistic movement linked to biology that people imagine how life will look in the future using principles of evolution and natural selection. This fits perfectly with Pokemon. And strangely, I didn't think anyone doing this before. So if you know someone, please recommend me. I would love to follow them. But enough talking, let's play. You thought I would make the ugly Sword of Justice Paradoxes remake? No, I am making a speculative evolution, but with iron leaves, which is literally a variation of metal. That is the only one for some reason who don't spin their heads when he faints, which is unacceptable. Okay, I've been thinking which kind of future this could be, maybe cyberpunk or something. But I've been thinking, what if the world could be so full of plants or water, I don't know, that could be impossible to walk properly on the ground. I guess a slim shape, if the leaves become fairy-like wings, would work. Note how the legs are basically points, without feet, it's almost useless, just adding some aerodynamic, and it's easier to jump into the water, like a Vulcan wake. And gonna tail for that reason too. So let's see how it will be in the end. This is Prime Leaves. Members voted which prefix I would use it for them. So here we go. Priming works well as something proved, and obviously this grass flying type. As I said, those regions could adapt into a world full of plants and maybe water, like universe that Kyogre flew the world thanks to Team Aqua, I don't know. These were the selected ones. First, doing bigger jumps, then playing, and finally, flying. This variant can activate a magical blade, but the orange leaves can energize and use something like Aero Blade. For the ability, it's tricky to think about a funny pattern, like Arc Drive, since the purpose is to make a different creature or different futures. Maybe I could explore this speculative evolution more in a future video depending of you guys' feedback. And the shiny is pink, like the original. Did you like it? Oh, and if you're watching this far, comment something like Optimus Prime. Can't we just pay the prime leaves, hey? Okay, alright, now it's time to remake Carambola. Big bye to that Muppet face. Okay, not gonna lie, but I understand why Iron Boulder's so weird. It's hard to reimagine the Raccoon design, but for this I decided to pick up some inspiration on speculative bulls and such, giving multiple big horns and sharp horns, as well hooves, properly to have impacts and similar to canals. It's because I think this Terrakion is adapted to live in an extremely arid and desert world. And you'll tell more later why I'll make some changes in the design. Well, here is our prime Boulder. Since it's adapted to deserts, I guess it could be rocky ground. To be honest, it's still too similar to Boulder and Terrakion, which I don't like when it happens, but it has some slightly changes like muscular calves to walk better in the deep sand, because prime Boulder live in a world destroyed by warming when Team Magma won. The world is like the Dune world, very arid and with whistling vibes. I've tested a version with Terrakion colors, but I didn't like so much. But the shiny similar to the original shiny fits fine to me. What about you? Okay, don't be mad on me, but I won't make it farm for Iron Crown, since people don't complain about it. So I make it. Guess what? I click on again. Wait. Okay, I know I'm doing too much, but I promise it will be cool. Alright, this one lives in a world in devastated land, full of floodings and with strong winds, so Hydreigon need to get Sirima to have better aerodynamic. With a huge neck and wings, note how the fur became feathers and the legs are vestigial as well. It got a little beak, by the way. I guess its shape can work to swim too, if it needs. More info later. Meet Prime Juggles. It is dark flying type because make more sense. It basically lives in the humid air, occasionally diving in high waters, and I think this could be like Delta Stream, Mega and Rayquaza, or something like that. Note that the feathers has a texture like it has some oil, like ducks and other semi-aquatic birds. You don't like the feathers to get wet. And note how the belly is kinda grayish. It's just to confuse the Pokemon in the water to think it's just the sky or glacier's reflection. Something similar that happens with the penguin white belly. The shine is greener too, which is rare, but still can confuse with the algae. What do you think? Very nerdy, these whole things, but if you like this more biology-esque content, you might like this video when I make Pokemon that mimic other Pokemon, like in real-life mimicry. Just click on the video and have fun. Oof, that's it. Bye, Huggies. Me mata de uma vez, me mata de uma vez. Eu gosto ainda arraiado. Me mata de uma vez, me mata de uma vez, meu amor. Cascavel.